Well, I've hiked in probably 2.5, 3 kilometers up the South Castle River Valley. As you can see, this is the South Castle River, the longer of the two Castle Rivers for sure. Anyways, there's a nice pool right here, so I'm gonna stop and take a swim. All right, so I finished my my little swim there, 3 minutes. Didn't film anything since I wasn't wearing anything, so. Anyways, I didn't bring a saw, or I didn't bring my folding saw on this one, so what I got is a PVC pipe with a bow saw blade in it, and I'm going to show you guys how I make a bow saw just out of the woods. The first thing you're going to need is a nice flexible green branch. So I have a group of alders here, and I'm just going to take my belt knife and snag a branch off here, and we'll use that for the frame of the saw. I got a piece of that alder that I talked about before. You're probably gonna need, you know, about 3 feet is a good start. So I'll just cut this off here. So we've got a nice long piece now. It's really flexible, which is what you want. And I'm just gonna take the saw blade as it is. Just try to clean these ends up a little bit. Okay, one side's cleaned up. I'll just start with that side for now. So then what you need to do is, you can see that it's bending this way, so the saw is going to be here. So I need to make a split in this end. So the best way to do that, since this saw blade's not really good for sawing this direction, and I wouldn't recommend that anyways. Best thing to do is take your knife like this with your hand over it and put it on the end, so that when the knife goes in, it stops on your hand and you won't cut this hand. So you just go in there and make a split like I just did. See, I just split it, and the saw blade's just gonna fit in that split. The other piece you need is a couple little wooden pegs here, like little toggles, just like an inch long or so. I carved these on the way in out of some dead pine. So what you need is, it needs to fit in the hole of the saw blade. Okay, just like that. And what that's going to do is, when you put the blade, come on, when you put the blade onto your frame, it's going to stop the blade from getting pulled out. And the other thing I've done is, I just made a little V-notch in here that lines up with the toggle, so it's really nice and secure. Now the next thing you need to do is use some sort of cordage or something to bind the split up here, up at the top, so that it doesn't split down the stick any further. So I'm gonna do that. I got something special for that. All right, so I tied my hair up so that I don't look like a buffoon. And I just got my fire kit here. I just keep it in an Altoids tin. And it's got 2 Ranger bands on it. Ranger bands are just inner tube from bike tires. And you cut it in a little band, and it's like, you know, it's like a rubber band. So anyways, I'll take this on the end with the split, and above the notch, I'm just going to double wrap this Ranger band on here. I might even go for a triple wrap. Yeah, triple wrap's gonna be the way to go here. So I'll just triple wrap that with the Ranger band, just like that, and it shouldn't split any farther up the stick. So that's really nice to have a couple of these Ranger bands on your kit, especially if you use the Altoids tins, because like, clearly they're multi-purpose in that you can use it for this little binding jobs or whatever. but they're also really good. They're really flammable. The smoke's toxic. It's rubber, but it's really flammable. So in a pinch, you can also use it as a fire starter. So they're good stuff. Good thing to have in your kit. So now that that's done, we need to bend the saw and make a split in the other side, the same as the other one, and bend the frame so that the blade can go in. So I'll show you that next. So I went ahead and did the split and the notch on the other side. So now all you need to do is just bend the whole frame over to the second side and get it into the slit. Sometimes it helps to use a rock or something just to hit it into place. Make sure that your pin is nice and seated in your notch. So there it is. So this bendiness of the branch will help to maintain at least some tension on your saw blade. And yeah, so like all you need to really carry to do this is the blade of the saw and the Ranger bands, and then you need your knife. So it's really easy to make one of these, and they're extremely light to carry, just because you don't have to carry most of it. You're making most of it, which is highly handy. So anyways, let's go find some wood to test this on. I got a little piece of lodgepole pine here and the saw. Just do a little bit of a demonstration. So, I mean, it's makeshift, but it works for sure. And it will get the job done on some of these small pieces of wood. It's 2 o'clock now, so I need to get going, try to find a camp and set up. There's a 60% chance of rain and thunder showers tonight, so yeah, I need to find a good spot out of the wind with some good shelter, maybe with somewhere to sit to stay out of the rain. So I'm gonna get hiking and look for a spot. Look at that. There's a wonderful pool over there. I think I know where I'm gonna be swimming tomorrow morning. Okay, so I was gonna cross the river kind of near where those pools were that I just found. But then I started hearing a lot of thunder, and I also saw a lightning strike a couple minutes ago. So now I'm just gonna try to get camp set up here and hopefully avoid the rain. So wish me luck. Back behind me there is my tent footprint. I just lay it out usually to test the ground and see if A, my tent's gonna fit in that spot, and B, whether the ground's too bumpy or not. So this spot's good. And I have everything I need around here for camp. I have lots of wood. The river's just over there to my right. And I'm pretty sheltered from the wind, and there's no widowmakers around. So now I'm just gonna put up the rest of the tent. the thunder subsided. Didn't end up raining or anything. So that's okay though. I'm pretty fine with this spot. I wasn't out here today to backpack. I just wanted to come out and spend some time out in the bush, especially because we've been having some nice weather and the fire ban's lifted. So anyways, I'm gonna sit here, have a drink and a snack. And speaking of snacks, I'll just show you guys what I brought for snacks. I got a couple of bags of candy. Really good for morale. I always found it's really nice to have something sweet when you're out on the trail. Then I have a couple of Simply Protein bars. They're okay. They're a little bit like a Rice Krispie square kind of, but they don't taste quite as good. These lemon coconut ones, they're really good. And then I got two mint builders bars. These things are awesome. Out of all the protein bars I've ever had, and most of them were total garbage, these ones are actually really good. So I'm gonna crack open one of these, have a drink of water, and probably chill out for a while it's nice. All right, I'll check back with you guys later. All right, I had a good little break, but it's starting to cloud up again. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to grab some firewood and we'll put this saw to the test. Unfortunately, the first buck saw didn't really hold up all that well. So I made a new one with a little bit thicker piece of wood. Also, my Ranger bands broke, so I had to use a little bit of jute twine, and then I made a little paracord wrap for the handle on this one. So we're gonna give this guy a go and saw up the rest of this firewood that I got here. So yeah, that's much better than before, for sure. One of the best ways to make feather sticks is to actually just anchor your knife on your knee and just pull the wood towards you. Just really helps you to get a consistent angle with your knife, which is really the most important part of feather sticking. you can get some pretty nice fine curls on that. Anyways, gonna make a couple of these guys and then start up the fire. It's already around 5 now, so it's just about time to eat, I would say. And you can tell the clouds have really rolled in, so it could start raining at any time at this point. So I'd like to get my fire started and stuff before that happens. All right, there's one. I'll make a couple more. These are only really a little bit of an extra push because I gathered some old man's beard on the way in. Got the old man's beard, feather sticks, small kindling, a little bit bigger kindling, and then fuel. So we're all ready to go. Just in time. I just felt a raindrop. Not bad. Not too bad. All right, so got a sausage cooking on the fire right now. Well, heating up. It's a pre-cooked sausage, so it's kind of nice that you just need to warm those up. And then the other part of my dinner, which I'm gonna cook on my MSR stove, just for ease of cooking. I got a Knorr Sidekicks creamy bacon carbonara. You know, these are unreal cheap, much cheaper than your standard Mountain House or whatever. So thought I'd give them a go. I've never had them before, so yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. But for now, I'm just gonna heat up this sausage here and enjoy the view of the river. Sausage is done. Just cut it up and stuck it in my kapilka. That's good. It's really good. Pre-cooked sausage is nice. I mean, I just stuck it on a stick and it's already pretty solid because it's already cooked. And then you just have to warm it up. And it only takes like a couple minutes on the fire there. I'll definitely be packing this again. So it really started to pour there just a couple minutes ago. So I got the poncho on. Anyways, I rushed all my stuff over to the tent and then the rain stopped, of course. So we're back by the fire, cooking up or boiling up that water for the pasta. So yeah, hopefully the rain doesn't come back, or at least if it does, it's not as hard, because it was really coming down there, like you can see on my hat there. I mean, anyways, we'll see what happens. It's really humid. You can, over by the tent, I could see my breath, so yeah, it's really humid. Quite the soaking we got there for a couple minutes, but seems to have died off now. Got the water boiled up, so I'm gonna pour in the pasta. There we go. Looks good. Get everything out of there. Oh, come on. There's still some powder down in the bottom. Okay, we're good. Then it says stir it in. So stir this baby up a little bit. And then it says to go for a simmer. I find that stuff kind of difficult to do on a fire, so I'm gonna start up the stove. I started it off on the fire just to save fuel. Okay. Now it says stir in package, return to a boil, then reduce heat and boil gently for 8 minutes. There we go. So basically I'm just gonna bring this back to a boil, and when it looks ready to go, then I'll take it off. There she is, not too appetizing looking right now, but we'll give it a little bit. Anyways, I'm trying to dry out some of that firewood there. Got soaked. Yeah. Pasta's done. Took a bit longer than 8 minutes. There it is. It's pretty good. What I would say is I did the 2 cups of water that it said, 500 mils, and that's way too much for just water. I had to add some of my pancake mix to thicken that. So yeah, you'd probably want to do a little bit less water if you're going to do it the same way that I did with just water, because it calls for milk and margarine. But yeah, I don't have milk and margarine, so oh well. Anyways, I'm gonna sit and enjoy this now. Well, sun came out there for a little bit and we got a bit of blue sky up ahead, so lost the poncho. Anyways, just been tucking into this pasta. It's really good. I definitely recommend it, and I would definitely buy it again. Like I said before, you really need to put in less water than they say, or you need to have something to thicken it with. So luckily I had that pancake mix this time, but you could do the same thing with bannock mix or even fireweed pith if you were so inclined to do so, which I was not. But yeah, anyways, interesting evening, but really not a bad evening at all. So yeah, I set up a little drying line for my poncho over by the tent. Try to get it dried off as much as I can before I pack it up. Yeah, that's good. That's some good food. Let you guys check out my view here. So I got the fire, the South Castle River, mountain behind that, tent over there, poncho drying. Doesn't get much better than this, folks. Finishing the day off with a bit of hot chocolate. After I finish this up, I'll go hang my bear bag and get that out of the way. And then once I do that, I'll pretty much be settled in for the night. Might head to bed early, we'll see. cut up a bit more firewood maybe. Bear bag's hung up now. So basically camp squared away. I'm just walking back from where I hung the bear bag, and I found another nice deep pool here. This time though, it's on my side of the river, so I don't have to cross the river. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna go down to that other place, because the other place that I found earlier is definitely nicer than this. But this way I wouldn't have to cross the river. Anyways. Okay, I'm gonna take a peek from on top of a rock and see if I can see any fish. All right. Lost track of time a little bit and got dark. And I'm not exactly set up to film in the dark, so I'm using my weak ass headlamp right now to try to get a little bit of light here. Anyways, I just finished up the evening, did a little bit of a breathing session of Wim Hof method breathing. And I'm in the tent now. I'm gonna change out of my daytime clothes and stretch out a little bit because my back's a little bit sore, and then I'm gonna hit the sack. So I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's morning. Not a great night's sleep, but it's camping. That's how it goes sometimes. Anyways, I need to get up and get that bear bag and take a pee, so yeah. She's a bit of a cold one this morning. Cold and damp. I don't know if it rained last night, actually. I wasn't able to hear it if it did. I might have been sleeping for that. But anyways, yeah, cold this morning, definitely. Probably since May that I can remember while camping this year. It's pretty impressive. You'd think there'd be a cold one in June, but I don't really remember one. Okay, it's time to start the fire up. I was a bit lazy last night. Didn't really prepare anything, so I got my fire kit and I'm just gonna use some pieces of birch bark and then maybe a little bit of this fatwood to get this thing going. I'm not gonna use all of it though, just because if I get lazy again, then I'm out of luck. Or I'll have to use toilet paper. That's a valuable resource though. All right, I got a little bit of fatwood shavings here, some birch bark. I got my kindling there and some more wood there as well that I prepared last night. Yep, that's fatwood for you. Get these pieces of birch bark on here. Alright, I think that should be good. Alright. Time to get some hot chocolate going. Alright. Water's on. Just a simple pot hanger system here. Originally it was a sausage roaster, but I've converted it over to a pot hanger. Hot chocolate's done. Now I just need to wait for the fire to burn down to a good coal base. And then I'm gonna fry up a pancake and some scrambled eggs. Coals are ready. Lard's in the pan. Mix in the cup. So I'm gonna start her off here. Never made a pancake out in the bush before. So we'll see how it goes. Heck, I've never made a pancake at home before. So this is gonna be the first for me. Okay. I'm already concerned that the mix wasn't runny enough. All right, gonna give her a flip here. Beauty. Looks pretty good. All right, pancake's as done as it's gonna get. There it is. It's kind of hard to see. This side turned out really good, first side. But my coals are starting to fail me now. So, anyways, I brought something special to eat on it. Birch syrup. So we're gonna give that a go. And then I'll cook up my eggs in a couple minutes, but I'll probably do that on my stove just because the coals are dying out. First couple bites been really good. Sure beats oatmeal any day of the week, so yeah, the birch syrup's interesting. Not as good as maple syrup, but it's still respectable. All right, I'm gonna finish this up and then start cleaning up camp. Finished breakfast and my camp's packed up now. So I'm actually meeting up with some family around 11:30 and it's about 10:30, so I need to get hiking here. Yeah, so that'll be the end of filming for this one. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.